Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the February 26, 2024 regular meeting of the City of Coolidge City Council. Will everybody please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Norma, would you call the roll, please?
Yes, Mayor. Councilmember Tom Bagnall.
Present.
Councilmember Audrey Saavedra.
Present.
Councilmember Steve Hudson.
Here.
Mayor John Thompson.
Here.
Vice Mayor Jackie Henry.
Here.
Councilmember Tatiana Murrieta. And Councilmember Eric Daniels.
Here.
We have a quorum, Mayor.
Thank you, Norma. We'll move into presentations. Presentation item number 3 by Mr. Tony Smith, President and CEO of Pinell Partnership. Welcome, Tony.
Thank you, Mayor. Council members, I appreciate the opportunity to give you a little bit of an update of Pinell Partnership, of which the City of Coolidge and all the municipalities in Pinell County are members. Pinell Partnership, I know that some of you attend our breakfasts and some of the other events, but we're managed or overseen by 24 board of directors representing many of the corporations or institutions or utilities that represent or invest in Pinell County. We have over 200 members representing many of the organizations. We have a mission statement, but I think it's sometimes more important. We're all about economic development, and economic development takes many, many forms. But this is how we accomplish the mission. We have our monthly breakfasts, which are an excellent opportunity for networking and being able to understand what's the latest topic of the day. We have many committees. These committees represent everything from water resources to transportation, economic development, business and education. I'll go over those a little bit later. But our committees inform or they problem solve. And then we do specific projects in which, in order to help our members or to just be able to spread and represent Pinell County in our communities. Some of the recent topics we've had at our breakfasts include mayor and city manager updates. We spent quite a bit of time on water resources and how best to manage water. Elliot Pollock's 2024 economic forecast is one of our most popular. Elliot doesn't do it, but Danny Court on his staff has done it for the last 2 years. But it's still very informative, given an idea of what's Arizona's outlook and down to Pinell County is going to be for the next year. Transportation, we have a lot of time we spend on transportation trying to meet the needs of a growing communities, meet the needs of a growing county. And then whatever the hot topic in the news with Pinell County, we try to focus on that. Oftentimes we don't select our panelists until a month or 3 weeks, and sometimes around that amount of time is when we select our topics. These are our committees, economic development. We normally try to maintain that one in person, and this includes Pinell County will go to any of our communities and meet with the economic development director. The committee will find out what's happening in your community, share among the economic development professionals what's happening in their communities. And then we have government relations. During this time period, we have a lot of activity since the legislature is in session. The people who attend government relations are oftentimes government intergovs that represents the cities, and they do an excellent job bringing forward some of the issues and some of the bills that the communities are looking out for. We mostly, as you know, play defense, not offense, but we are sponsoring some particular water bills in this session that the Water Resources Committee has recommended we represent that helps us better manage our water resources. Health and Human Services is looking at affordable housing and sharing information on various techniques that communities are using. Open space and trails, trying to find better ways to manage and protect our valuable open spaces, connect our trails from one community to the other, and to promote tourism that oftentimes associated with open spaces. When you're competing with California, Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, a lot of these places for economic development, they're used to doing a lot of outdoor recreation. And so being able to preserve some of our better locations for future generations and being able is very valuable to us. Our newest one is renewable energy, and renewable energy takes many forms. Solar is obviously for Pinal County seems to be the most dominant, but there's other types, biogas, et cetera. So this organization is with most of these committees are all ran and chaired by subject matter experts. And so again, the committees are there to inform or to problem solve. Some of the past projects that Pinal Partnership's been involved in, we assisted in a big way the Pinal RTA, Pinal County, in the 2022 vote. I personally visited all the chamber conferences in order to help inform basically anybody that would listen to me. I tried to encourage and understand what that was going to do for improving transportation. We partnered with Pinal County to help create the interactive map viewers. Now, this is a kind of a digital form of our standard map that I brought tonight, and I left copies with your city manager, Rick Miller. But the digital viewer is housed on the Pinal County site, and you can zoom down to Coolidge, and you can start clicking on and clicking off various attributes or assets that you have in your community. If you're communicating with people who want to invest in your community, or you just want to understand what are some of the assets within your community or any community within Pinal County, it's an excellent resource and mapping tool. It was made for the purpose of site selectors and economic development professionals in order to better communicate it. You can even use it from your smartphone. The printing of the wall maps, our wall maps, were getting quite old. They were about 8 years old, and you know, in Pinal County, in our communities, 8 years is a long time without being updated. So we went through an effort, worked with Pinal County, worked with Hilgart Wilson and others in order to update the map. And so I brought several maps in order, if you're interested, mayor, council members, in a map. They come in two sizes. 36 by 48 is our large one. And then we have smaller ones, I believe, that are 24 by 32, but they're over there and you can get those after the meeting. But they include many of the assets, transportations, our AMAs, our city limits, many of those things that help give you kind of a reference for the beauty that a wall map does. We are working with the county and we'll work with the communities on renewing the half-cent road maintenance fund. And the county's asked me to bring copies of these, and I think the clerk is going to has or will give you copies of this. This is really very, very important. As a former county supervisor, I remember how important the revenue for local communities, for just that you got from the half-cent road fund helps keep your local roads repaired and safe. And so this is a campaign that will go on this year. In November of this year, 2024, will be the election. And we're hoping for a very positive outcome because this is an important revenue stream for all communities. We also have fun in Pinal Partnership. We plan a golf tournament in the fall at Whirlwind, which is at Wild Horse Pass. We think that we can get the revenue from that fine event that'll be in, I think, September of 2024 in order to help one of our local nonprofits. And so we'll have more information once our board of directors approves the funding for that. And then because we are interested in the next generation of leaders, we have in 2023 formed the Emerging Leaders Group. The emerging leaders are basically what we're looking for is the mid-level managers, the next ones that are in line. We didn't put any particular age associated with it, but we wanted an opportunity for our next leaders group and the leaders to network and to have information and share amongst themselves. They can make it whatever they want to, but Pinal Partnership will help fund lunches, breakfast, and we've done 2 of those events, and we'll continue to do those on a quarterly basis. We want to thank you for your funding and all that you do to help Pinal Partnership thrive. We're a nonprofit, and just me as the president, and we have an executive director. Many of you met Rena Reen, and between the 2 of us and many, many volunteers, we accomplish, I think, a fine organization that represents the values and the needs of Pinal County and our communities, and we're proud to have the city of Coolidge as one of our members. Mayor Thompson, if you're interested or the committee is, council members are interested in asking me any questions, I stand ready or I'm done right now.
Anybody have any questions for Tony? No, we're pretty familiar with the organization, so I don't know that there are any questions. We just appreciate what you do. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Mayor.
Okay, next item on the agenda is item number 4, the monthly report by the Coolidge Chamber of Commerce.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Our reinvestments for December are Arizona Federal Tax Service, Hearts of Life, Hello Clean, Indian Skies RV Resort, Coolidge Glass and Mirror, eCube Solutions, Coolidge Head Start, Pinal County Historical Museum, M&S Equipment, G&H Aerospace, McDonald's of Coolidge, Community Christian Church, United Way of Pinal County, Chandler Ginning Company, Pinal County Sheriff's Department, Brown's Coolers Furniture and Appliance, CHB Entertainment, Arizona State University, Norris Management, Renican, Blossom Digital, Coolidge Examiner, Ability 360, Complete Parachute Solutions, Pizza Hut. And our new members for December, We Fix It Home Service and Tombstone Chamber of Commerce. So our stats for December are 205 local visitors, 39 in-state visitors, 29 out-of-state visitors. Total referrals for December are 1,663. So the end of December, we had all visitors was 4,202. And I hate reporting Casa Grande ruins right after our visitors, but they are to be proud of. In December, they had 4,143. And I don't know if you've got the press release yet, But they're over 113,000 for 2023, up from like 79,000 in 2022. They have just been knocking it out of the ballpark. So, real excited about that. The Gem and Mineral Museum for December had 206. Year-to-date would be 1,610. So I think they're doing great. Attended the ribbon cutting for the Hayduke Building, which was really pretty awesome. A lot of memories there, and I think it was well done. And then you have before you your directory for 2024. So, upcoming events, we have Cotton Days. We're in the middle of that. Starts this Friday. We have the quilt show going on the 20, which was this last weekend, along with this coming weekend. Airport fly-in on March 2nd. We're going to have a CEDC meeting on March 14th. Our luncheon will be March 20th. Borderlands Powwow will be the 23rd. We are working with another group called MOM, and it's Market on the Move that we're working with, and we're going to have them here March 30th. I'll give you more information on it as that goes forward. And then, of course, Easter in the Park on March 30th. And for more information, see our website, coolidgechamber.org. Any questions?
Any questions for Lynn?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope to see you all this weekend.
Okay, we'll move into call of the public. This is the time in the meeting where if you want to address the council, you have up to 3 minutes to speak to us if you desire. Norma has a sign-in list. If you're on it, she'll call out your name and let you come up. When you get to the podium, please state your name and your address. Is there anybody, Norma?
Mayor, I actually had two individuals come up. First one is Barry McCain, and then the second one will be Mary Buckman.
Good evening, Mayor Thompson, staff, city council, and friends. My name is Barry McCain from the city of Maricopa, formerly from Arizona City. I'm a candidate for County Supervisor District 1, where I've been there since 2012, missed maybe 5 or 6 meetings. I was born in Mesa, Arizona, raised in Queen Creek, and drafted out of Chandler Ohio. Ended up on the Kitty Hawk with the race ride across the first time it ever happened in history, but it was an experience that I don't relish, but I got through it. And ended up in Top Gun when Tom Cruise filmed Top Gun with 325 people I supervised. We have I got 151 credit hours of college, though I thought I was going to train professional fighters. I've trained 2. It just didn't turn out that way. Running for office, I'm the most qualified. So that's why I'm running, to serve you. That's what's important. This whole thing's about votes. I'm a freedom rider. I'm an activist for Arizona veterans with disabilities and a lobbyist. I feel that we're going back the wrong way, but then at least I have city councils and I've got board of supervisors doing what's right. And I'm thankful for that. But we need to turn things around at the Capitol. And I've been there since 2005. Been at the board of supervisors, like I said, 2012, when I was a delegate from the Democrats. Now I'm a Republican candidate, so I switched over. As long as I stand up for people, that's the main thing. I was raised on God, country, family. And I know that you have on your mottos, advancing government, engaging citizens. I think that's wonderful because our people have to be taken care of. That's what this whole country is about. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, my name's Mary Buckman, and I reside at 102 South 18th Street here in Coolidge. And I thank you for hearing my concerns last time, 2 weeks ago, about getting the information out about the election in March. And your staff has been very helpful in giving me some ideas. One thing I would like to bring to the council, as I understand that you were looking through the capital projects for this next fiscal year, I would like to bring your attention to the electronic sign that is in the corner there by the Walmart that has not actually been functioning for a couple years, and I understand it's on the list, and I would really encourage you to put that as a top priority because it's helpful in getting the community involved with the different things that are the opportunities here. And of course, on my heart is to educate about the time and place for elections. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Is that it, Norma?
Mayor, those are the only two that asked to speak. I don't know if there's anyone else in the public.
Okay. I don't see anybody rushing forward, so we're going to get out of call to the public and go into public hearings. Item 5, to receive public comments on a proposed amendment to sections 302 of a zoning code related to medical and recreational marijuana. Mr. Lopez?
Mayor Thompson, Vice Mayor Henry, council members. This is kind of a housekeeping item that we're tidying up the definition of marijuana uses. We did the same thing in January with the city code. So it basically, what it does between the city code and the zoning code is that you have to have a dual license in order to be retail marijuana in the city of Coolidge. So you can't just do recreational by itself. It has to be medical. And I think that's the way the council originally intended when it was passed a long time ago. So what we're doing, this just replaces what's there and adds medical marijuana dispensaries into the definition of the zoning code. And this is just a public hearing to do that. And the ordinance comes up to actually enact it a little later on. And I'll answer any questions you may have.
Okay, are there any questions? Okay, how about out in the audience? It's a public hearing.
I'm Mary Buckman. I would like to understand what enact it means. Enact it, when you mentioned that you need to enact it, so you're getting the,
To pass.
okay. Can you explain that? Thank you.
Yeah, and to enact is to actually adopt the ordinance so the regulations take effect. So we're putting them in the code so we can enforce it. So what's in the code is what's done as far as if somebody asks us, do we want to do this and this and that, we tell them it has to be a dual license, medical and recreational, both. Not just one. Then it has to meet a lot of other criteria. Council adopted separation requirements of 1,000 feet from churches, from schools, from other dispensaries, that type of thing. Right? Does that help?
That helps me.
Okay, good.
All right, thank you. Okay, seeing no one else on approach, Gilbert, you done? Move out of the public hearing, move into business items for consent. Before we do that, is there any item that any member of the council wants pulled off for individual consideration?
No, sir.
Okay, here we go. Item 6, consider approval of entering into an Arizona State Purchasing Cooperative Agreement between the City of Coolidge in the state of Arizona Procurement Office to allow the purchases of materials and services utilizing state contracts. Item 7, consider approval of entering into a service agreement and addendum between the City of Coolidge and Motorola Solutions for continued service of the Motorola dispatch equipment replaced in 2019. Item 8, consider approval of entering into a cooperative purchasing agreement based on Pinal County IFB PC 190324 and subsequent renewals for supply, delivery, and application of pavement maintenance materials between the City of Coolidge and Cal Portland, Inc., and subsequent renewals in an amount not to exceed $90,000 for the FY 23-24 street work program. Item 9, consider approval of entering into an agreement for the purchase of equipment between the City of Coolidge and Texas Pride Trailers LLC to purchase a new 7x14 roll-off dump trailer of an amount not to exceed $20,995, utilizing capital improvement project funds for the Public Works Solid Waste Division, authorizing the mayor to sign the necessary documents. Item 10, consider approval of entering into the First Amendment to agreement for fire truck refurbishment of a 2009 Pierce Fire Apparatus vehicle between the City of Coolidge and Fire Trucks Unlimited, authorizing approval of change order number 1 for additional work in connection with refurbishment for an amount not to exceed $213,719, utilizing an additional $13,719 in capital sales tax funds. Item 11, consider approval of submitting a 2024 Proposition 202 grant application to the Gila River Indian Community in the amount of $62,358.64 to purchase 2 message boards and an automated flagger for the Public Works Street Department. Item 12, consider approval to submit a grant application to the 2023 Assistance to Firefighters Grant Program for a grant in the amount not to exceed $2,300,992.37 to purchase a new aerial platform truck for the Coolidge Fire Department. Item 13, consider approval for the claims of the month of January 2024. That's it, I think.
Mayor Thompson, I move to approve consent items 6 through 13 as
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that carries. So move into business regular items. Item 14. Consider ratification and approval of entering into an agreement order form with Flock Safety to lock in annual camera price at $27,500 plus tax for the next 5 years, and approve the addendum with Flock Group, Inc. regarding terms and conditions. Chief?
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council. Essentially, Council last year approved Flock Safety. We got initially 10 cameras. Well, halfway through the budget year, they hit us with a rate increase, but we could lock it in around December. On a budget year, it was kind of in between, so we had the mayor and Rick Miller and Gabe go lock in the savings for those existing cameras for the next 5 years. So it saves us about 20%. It's been a success story so far, other than some right-of-way issues with ADOT, all over ADOT for us. But in going forward, we'd like to actually increase cameras. We put them on the perimeter of the city now, so we know what's coming and going. We've missed some pretty good crimes and can prove and disprove some allegations like near schools. If we get some more cameras in budget, I'd like to put them near schools. So for tonight, we're just locking in the rate for 5 years so they can't go up on us like. Any questions?
Chief, I know when we first put these in, I'm still a big supporter of them, but maybe you can, I know there were some people that weren't big fans of them. Maybe you can just give us a few examples of how they've helped Coolidge PD with some cases.
Well, let me start with what we've missed so far. Right before we got these, we had a homicide over here, the girl in the drive-by shooting. We would have had that vehicle probably several hours God's grace and luck, we got it through Gilbert, Gilbert and Mesa PD. They had them on cameras. Pretty much everybody knows what they do. They're license plate readers. They don't store information on Gilbert Lopez, where he's going, where he's coming, stuff like that, because one, it'd fill up our data books with Gilbert. But it's not so much a Big Brother thing. We had a road rage incident, and a guy said, I wasn't there. Well, I wasn't following him. Right on camera, there he goes. Shoplifting, you name it, they'll call in. Uh, you know, pearl-colored Avalanche with mag wheels, Chevrolet bought from Garrett's, and we can prove, that they were in the area or not. It's been valuable. We use it. You've seen all in the drug cases. We send you guys some success stories, but day to day, these guys use it on little crimes or smaller crimes. You see the bigger ones, what we send you, because the emails will be continuous. The one that I was really lit up was when the girl reported the abduction of a white Chevy truck. I think it was a white truck. Obviously, there's a lot of those, but she could describe the man. And today, there was an employee issue that we could track down a vehicle, and they're just immensely, they're a false multiplier for us, and almost juries are going to expect it in the future. So it's not a Big Brother thing by any means, but it does help us solve a lot of crimes. It's just, I wish I could buy stock in a company.
Chief, I know personally because we get reports from you that several stolen cars were recovered because.
Oh yeah, multiple. Those are the gimme ups. Yeah, in fact, they had one that hit coming in town. We kept looking for it. We just surrounded at Walmart when they came out, dogpiled, game over. So nobody gets hurt that way. It's a lot safer for us. If a vehicle's coming in stolen and we know what's in the area and they're driving reckless and he blindly pulls it over and we didn't know it was stolen ahead of time, it could just, they want to get away. It's a safety
Didn't
factor.
it also help or locate a guy that had a major warrant out for his arrest? A criminal or somebody that just got out of prison and committed some crimes or something?
Yes, it's immensely useful.
So it's a great tool for you guys.
Yes, sir. And I
Thank
would
you.
recommend you vote for this tonight. To lock in the prices, it's good for the citizens. 5 years, we get a steady lock in. But I would, like in the future, Mr. Miller, we've submitted a budget for review, but we'd like to put something in the interior now near schools. So, which I have none near schools.
Okay. Anybody have any questions? No. All right, I need a motion to act.
Mayor, if there's no further discussion, I make a motion we approve agenda item 14 as read.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, thank you. Item 15, consider approval to fill a facilities maintenance worker one position in lieu of a custodian position for the Public Works Department.
He's in a daze.
Must be cameras.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So currently, the city of Coolidge had 4 custodians. One of our custodians decided to leave and go on to a bigger and brighter future. What we're looking to do is our current building maintenance department is 2 people, and they are absolutely swamped. So what we want to do is, in lieu of hiring for the custodian, is hire another building maintenance person. This building maintenance person would assist the 2 that are here now that are currently working, and it will allow the building maintenance to do some easy upgrades to the city, painting, all these little things that need to get done, but these guys are swamped. They're doing stuff like ACs, they're doing coolers, they're working on lights for Kenilworth Park. They're called all over the place. They can't finish one job without being called out for 3 other jobs. And so we're looking to just swap these 2 positions and bring in another building maintenance person so they can help with the load of the work.
And what about the custodian position? Is that going to be filled at all, or?
Currently, we're not looking to fill this position. We were running a split shift with custodians, so we had a day crew and we had an evening crew. With the addition of our new building maintenance foreman, he had put all the custodians on the day shift. He started moving them around and making some adjustments. The way he's been doing this, the custodians can cover without stressing out about losing the person. They're able to cover the facilities. The floors have been getting cleaned up. Our custodial staff has really been doing a very much improved job with the addition of Sam Wattis, who's been taking over for building maintenance. He took over for Vern.
Yeah,
And
it's
so
great.
they've been,
Sam's a good asset.
yeah, he's been great for the city. He's always got ideas. He believes in doing it himself. And so Sam's been great. And so this was one of his ideas, was to bring on the additional building maintenance person. And if custodians got bogged down with doing something like floors or anything like that, some of the heavier lifting, this building maintenance person could step in, help the custodians with some of this heavier lifting.
So the custodial work is not going to be neglected.
No.
Just move some people around and everything.
Yes, we're just making some adjustments. It's a little heavier in the building maintenance area than it is in the custodial area.
Thank you, Ben.
Mayor. So, Ben, I think it's a wonderful idea because I do know that two individuals is not enough for all the buildings. But I do know that we went from 2 custodians to 4 because they couldn't keep up with all the buildings. Now, you've explained it and everything, but I just want to make sure that in the future, we won't, you don't think we are going to need another custodian, or you think it's going to be okay?
Currently, I think it's going to be okay. They've been running 3 custodians for a little bit now, not too long, but they're able to handle. These were questions that before we even brought this idea, it's like, are 3 custodians going to be able to handle the workload of this without absolutely stressing out the crew? Because everybody's running short over here, and we're not trying to stress them out that we need you to do more. And so the custodians were brought in on this along with Sam and everybody, and everyone is good with the change, so it makes sense for us right now. Down the line, if we get more buildings, you never know where we're going to go in the future. We'll discuss it then, but currently in our current state, we're good.
All right, thank you.
Okay. If there are no further questions, we need a motion to act.
Mayor,
Go ahead.
Mayor, move to approve item number 15 is read.
Second.
Okay, motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 16, ordinance number 24-05, an ordinance of the City of Coolidge, Arizona, amending sections 302 of the zoning code, changing the definition for marijuana uses.
Mayor Thompson, Vice Mayor Henry, council members, this is the ordinance that enacts and puts into effect the changes to the definition under section 302 of the zoning code as previously described. So I'll answer any questions you may have.
Does anybody have any questions?
Mayor Thompson, I move to approve item 16, ordinance number 24.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Norma.
Vice Mayor Henry,
Yes.
Councilmember Daniels. Yes. Councilmember Bagnell,
Yes.
Councilmember Saavedra,
Yes.
Councilmember Hudson,
Yes.
and Mayor Thompson.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Report from mayor and/or city manager. Councilmember Bagnell?
Nothing.
Saavedra?
Nothing.
Nothing, sir.
Just looking forward to Cotton Days. Also, Tony kind of mentioned it, but I really want to stress preserving our future. There's a lot of information at the website preservingpanow.com. I think it's a common sense solution to continue it. You look at the kind of mass of Pinal County, and this is something that's definitely needed to continue maintenance of our current road system and really prepare for what we're going to need going down the road. That's it.
I attended the Gem and Mineral meeting on Wednesday. Had an excellent speaker. I encourage everyone that's not been to the Gem and Mineral Museum to attend it because they really have, we have, I think, one of the best around. And they've worked very hard on that. And the other thing is we had the opening reception for our featured quilter on Friday. They missed the mayor. He wasn't able to be there. He usually gives a little talk and picks his mayor's choice, which hopefully he's able to do that this next weekend. And we are having the quilt show Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 to 4. So please stop in and look at all the beautiful quilts. Thank you.
I spent a few dollars at the Gem and Mineral, the museum over there. I don't know, the mayor shakes his head every time I go in there. I spend money buying rocks. But
I actually won one.
one of the things that I'd like to bring to everybody's attention, we are doing a lot of improvement town, around town, street improvements. I think the Randolph Road improvement kicked off today, right, Ben? That's part of the SRP contribution to do all the roads around the SRP power plant. Randolph Road, Vale comes in second, and Kleck. They'll be doing that road. Attaway's kind of been hauled off a little bit, trying to work out some issues with ADOT at the intersection, but a lot of roadway improvements. To commend our Public Works Department for the fine work that they're doing there. Again, the fly-in coming up this weekend, be a good opportunity for those that like to go to a fly-in. They should go, and can't wait for the carnival food at the park this weekend. And other than that, I think if there's anyone interested in serving as a law enforcement officer, you need to get in touch with Harry Grizzle, because we just need more police officers. For today that we're seeing more people leaving the organization. I don't think it's just our problem here in Coolidge. I think it's a national problem. Law enforcement is honorable profession, looking for the best to serve in that capacity. So anybody out there, you know of anybody that wants to come and work for a great city, they should come and apply. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. I don't have anything to add. I would need a motion to get out of here. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you for coming, everybody.